Welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans commercial debacle part 15.
This is the stupidest thing. One of the stupidest things I've ever seen. It is so effing stupid.
So I talked about it a little bit the other day. Things have escalated. We had American Eagle coming out and basically saying, hey, we're not going to apologize for this. Sydney Sweeney is not apologizing for it.
Good.
And the internet's melting down, not just because of her jeans ad. Now they just figured out a couple hours ago that she's a registered Republican.
So what? So I just figured it out, but they were mad before that. So now they're just adding to it. This is stupid. She did an ad.
This is how it always goes down. What happens is you piss off the internet for one thing, and then they go out and they find a reason to cancel you. And now they're like, well, of course she's a Nazi. There it is.
So what? That screams of jealousy. This screams of a bunch of insecure people who are jealous and are mad about imaginary boogeymen because they have to have something to scream about at all times. And then they're going after this ad. The ad was a joke ad. She's obviously, she looks good in the jeans, but that's what they usually do. They used to find models Calvin Klein, American Eagle. They all would hire models and stuff to do the ads.
Yeah.
You're just pissed because it's not some big fat person in the ad again like it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, things are changing. I mean, they're changing very quickly. I mean, if you compare the American Eagle ads to like what Victoria's Secret was trying to do, I'm like,
yeah, but they walked that back too. And I mean, this is coming from a woman who I am fat, and I'm saying this. I'm not like bashing fat people.
Curvy.
I'm fat, and I think you're full of shit. I think if your self-worth is tied up in a stupid ad with Sydney Sweeney, you need to seek mental help. Because you know what? When I grew up, there was a lot of ads with, models and shit in it. And I didn't sit there and be like, oh no, my whole world is crashing around me because they don't look like me. I'm fat and they're not. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Put on your big girl panties and shut the fuck up.
Your big fat girl panties, your big, size.
Or brown girl panties, whatever you want to call it. Because it's like, I'm a brown girl and I can't say. You know what? This whole thing, you can't relate to anybody unless it looks like you, is a load of shit anyway.
So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. I miss doing videos with you.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm back. The dog had issues. I had to stay with the dog. Anyway.
Yeah, so our
dog's
oldest,
okay though.
Our oldest dog has hip dysplasia, and he threw out his hip, and we had to have somebody stay with him like all the time. So
anyway, I want to go scream now. So let's go.
Okay, let's scream. So I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start with Sydney Sweeney. They just found out because they're mad about this jeans commercial. Still, they're mad about the jeans commercial. They just outed her as a registered Republican now. So they're gonna lose. Well, you know what? You know what's going to happen.
Stupid. So what? Are you implying that, oh, wait, she's hot and she's a Republican? Are you implying that women can't be hot and be Democrats? Is that what your implication is? I'm like, what's your point? So she voted Republican. So what? So did a lot of people in Hollywood. And a lot of people voted Democrat, and that's fine too. So what?
Well, here it comes. She pretends to stand with women, yet votes against their rights and freedoms, claiming solidarity while actively working against the very people she claims to support.
Please, you guys keep saying this, right? You keep saying against our rights. Where? What specifically is against women's rights? What? Where? I mean, like the abortion thing, there are still there are different caveats in there for things like medical emergencies and things like that. And and that's up to the states. Actually, the abortion thing is up to the states, and abortion is still legal in lots of states. That's a state issue. But what rights are we losing as women? Please explain, because I have not to see any rights I've lost as a woman at all. So what rights? You keep saying this, but you never give any documentation to prove it.
It's funny. Everybody's pretending to be Democrats. Meanwhile, in 2024, the map is almost all
right. Because you know what? Here's what happened. A lot of people who are Democrats still voted for Trump because they were tired of shit like this. This kind of idiocy is why they keep voting the other way. You don't want them to vote Republican if they're Democrat and stuff, then or turn to Republican sides. Stop doing this. Stop going out there and with this insanity, mental illness And you're trying to act like it's normal when it's not, and out there trying to cancel everybody, and out there trying to like dogpile everybody and attacking somebody because they don't look the right way, because it's racist if you can make fun of people who aren't white, straight, or male, but it's not racist if you make fun of the white woman. I'm tired of this shit. I'm absolutely sick of it, and all you're doing is driving more people the other way because they don't want to be associated with your insanity.
Hey, speaking of insanity, check this out. So these are a couple of the top comments. She pretends to stand with women, yet votes against their rights and freedoms, claiming solidarity while actively blah, 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 blah. Go down a couple more. And where was it? She pretends to stand with women, yet votes against their rights and freedoms.
Shocker. Bunch of bots.
Bots.
Same person or is it a different person?
Who knows?
No, this is what they do. And they're trying to amplify this outrage that doesn't exist. And you know what? American Eagle told him to sit him down and shut up, basically. And good.
Yeah. So let's talk. So I.
Oh, yeah. Show them the name change on this one.
Okay. So I'm thinking an editor, if they actually have editors at BuzzFeed still, because they can't afford to pay anybody. But so the headline on this article officially is American Eagle just dropped their response to the Sydney Sweeney ad drama. And I'm absolutely screaming at how messy this has gotten.
I think it's messy too, but not for the same reasons, I'm sure.
The original title, which is still archived on Google, is American Eagle catering to the MAGA agenda was not on my 2025 checklist. American Eagle has just responded to the Sydney Sweeney ad.
Okay. So it's MAGA, because this is before they found out, I think she was like supposed to be like a Republican, but so it's MAGA because she's hot. It's MAGA because she's blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're making a joke about having good genes. Thing is, the joke would apply to anybody, even if it wasn't a blonde woman. If it was a hot, black woman, it would still apply. If it was, a hot Asian woman, it would still apply.
Speaking of which, I guess we could.
Yeah, I know they don't bring this up.
Beyonce's Levi's jeans ad pulled into Sydney Sweeney backlash.
Yeah, she did an ad for jeans, and no one cared anything about it. And she has fake dyed blonde hair. She's got blonde hair in that ad.
Yeah.
And I would say, look, she's got good genes too. She looks good. One's okay and one's not.
But
there's no racism here at all, guys.
One's a Republican and one's not. Yeah, seriously.
The Republican thing just came up in the last couple of days.
Yeah, it just came up.
They were looking for a reason. Before this.
Yeah. They were looking for a reason to. They were looking for a reason to cancel her.
Well, go to the article about how it destroyed this woman's life.
Yeah. So, oh my God. Okay. So, scum from this is actually what we were originally until we found out they were all losing their shit about her being a Republican. This is what we're originally going to talk about. Ex-teacher roasted after claiming she was traumatized by Sydney Sweeney ad, coming from the New York Post.
Traumatized. It's an ad. It's an ad, and it's tongue in cheek.
Oh God, there's so many jokes there.
I know. She's got Sydney Sweeney has a sense of humor, and you can tell.
Well, this is coming from the New York Post. Said she used Sydney's rump for a trauma dump. That's the first sentence. I love this. An ex-New Jersey teacher turned lifestyle influencer is getting roasted online for turning Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad into a therapy session with a post claiming she feels unattractive because of her skin color.
Wait. That sounds like a her problem, first of all. Secondly, so it's an ex-teacher who's now an influencer. So that either means that they were doing good as an influencer and make more money as an influencer, or it means they couldn't teach worse shit, and so they thought that I'm going to be an influencer. It could go either way. Don't know.
Oh, God, here it comes. This is exactly
please tell
what
me, because I'm gonna.
You can already guess. For me, I can't help but think of the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all of her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white Eurocentric beauty standards, she said.
Okay, wait. A couple
I'm
things.
One, put Beyonce on the screen.
There's a bunch of women who aren't white that are beautiful, and that they're in the media and stuff all the time. And you know what? I don't, as a ginger hoop, it's basically the same thing as being black, according to the internet.
Oh, that's right. You were a couple weeks ago. You were black. Yeah.
Right. I do not once feel like I can't. I have to have everybody look like me. And the whole 13-year-old brown girls. I was a 13-year-old fat girl who couldn't buy American Eagle clothes because they wouldn't fit my fat ass. And you know what the thing is? I'm sorry. Curvy ass and big boobs. So here's my thing.
Curvy yes.
Ass and big boobs. And I didn't feel like
I am totally fine with that, by the way.
I didn't feel like the models And like Sydney Sweeney wouldn't have made me feel like I was inadequate. Like they had them on all the things all the time, and I didn't look like them, and I knew I didn't look like them. And yeah, sometimes it probably makes you feel a little bad you don't look like them, but that wouldn't be like they shouldn't be allowed to sell jeans because I feel bad, you know. And again, I couldn't even wear clothes from there. And what about my 13-year-old fat ass? I mean, where was the sympathy for me? It's not just little brown girls.
What about all the poor white kids that can't afford American Eagle?
Or poor kids in general. I'm like, this whole, you know, it's so stupid.
I remember, like, when we were kids, I think it was a much bigger deal that you had to wear the name brands. Like, that was a very 80s thing. Like, if you didn't wear the right brands, you were just ostracized.
Yeah, and then you can't fit in them. It's real awkward, isn't it? And they didn't used to do like now, like they make sizes more, you know, for more people, but back then they didn't. And, but what else was she traumatized about? What else did she say besides that in her article?
All right. Her clip was reposted on X on Wednesday with the caption, "Professional victims are relentless." Okay. Yeah, she looks like the type.
That's what that girl, okay, I'm looking at her and there's nothing about her that's not attractive. I mean, I wouldn't think of her as being so insecure as to put this post up. I wouldn't think that looking at her.
No, she's not. Like, I thought she would be like, 400 pounds, and no, she's fine. American Eagle ad triggered your childhood trauma because Sydney Sweeney is blonde and beautiful. Someone asked, "Girl, that's not stupid. Oppression. That's insecurity.
Yes.
You need to handle that in therapy, not on social media. I'm a mixed Latina, and I think she looks stunning." This is probably
she looks good, and she's funny.
This is probably just a grift by her to get everyone to tell her she's pretty.
That's what I think it is. That, or I'm an influencer, and she's going to get a lot of attention from this. So she doesn't look bad.
We know, well, she's got that smarm face going on. I know that. We know this firsthand. We had people that tried to basically catapult themselves off of us. Like, we had people.
Well, we weren't getting very far.
They didn't get very far. It didn't happen because they couldn't bring it once they got the attention for shitting on us. They couldn't bring it.
We're not going to catapult them very far. Mm-hmm. We're not that big. But I'm just like, this girl doesn't look bad. So yeah, to me, it just seems like she's just, okay, there's outrage going on about it. I'm going to latch on to that outrage to try to get everybody to come look at my stuff because they're going to feel bad for me because I'm the brown woman and they're going to come over here and give me clicks. That's what this whole thing's about. In my opinion.
So this is what, okay, so she's from Allentown.
In PA.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, okay.
I was just going to say, like, we're supposed to be made of sterner stuff here.
Yeah, you're a PA girl and you're acting like this? The fuck?
She said, I really wasn't going to, from Allentown, for God's sake. I really wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It's so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. She began in the video to her 441,000 followers. Hey, on that side of the state, especially, you're not the only brown person. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Try being the fat ginger girl. You know what? I don't want to hear it. I'm sure I got just as bad as you. I mean, the fat ginger girl. Ginger's like the punching bag. It's like you wouldn't believe the shit I got. Yeah, so I don't want to hear it.
This is her. Yeah, there. She just wants attention. I remember
this is her trying to latch on to get views. Yeah.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture. Maybe you're trans race and you just haven't even.
I wanted to be blonde so people wouldn't make fun of me.
What? Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be blonde so bad when I was a kid. I didn't want to be a ginger because then I wouldn't get made fun of. I had a whole class not talk to me for weeks because they decided I was the person to not talk to and pick on. But Sydney Sweeney makes you feel bad.
Sydney Sweeney makes you feel bad. All right. Yeah.
You don't know what to say to that. You're lost.
I'm lost. This whole thing.
Oh, do you want me? I can handle this. I don't need you.
Go for it. Go for it. Because if I do it as a white dude, I'm like punching down.
This woman, this whole thing, in my opinion, is about. There's an outrage. I'm going to try to leverage this for attention. Is what this whole thing's about. Yeah. I'm a beauty influencer now, and it makes me feel bad. I'm like, why? You look fine. You're not, little brown girls. I'm like, little brown girls aren't being kept out of American Eagle, unless they're fat ones like me, and then we're kept out. So I have more reason to be pissed off than you do, honey. And I think you're overreacting. This whole thing is stupid. It's pandering. It is just a bunch of professionally triggered, perpetually triggered people looking for things to be pissed about. And now they found out she's a Republican. They're even going to be more pissed.
Oh, God,
a recent Republican. Now they're going to be more pissed because, how dare she? And it's stupid. It's stupid. It's a stupid jeans commercial. And it was a joke about she has good jeans. They honestly could have put any pretty woman in there and it would have worked.
Oh, God. So here, for context, my jeans are great too. For context, if you haven't seen the ad, Sydney Sweeney is being seen as controversial because some perceived a message about eugenics and genetics.
There wasn't.
Oh, my God. So stupid. Oh, so this is not the first time that she has left her. This is not the first time that a former 8th grade teacher who left her job to pursue full-time content creation has gone viral in 2023. Okay, she amassed millions of views for her series on TikTok dubbed No Dusty Sons, where she teaches her 2 young boys lessons that will one day benefit their future partners.
What? So she's just looking for another boost.
She's looking for another boost. Yeah, clicks are down. It's like
legitimately
what's trending now, Sydney Sweeney. So let's talk shit about her.
But no one, I just don't understand it. It's like it's not, and this is just one person, but I'm seeing it all over the place. Like, and it was funny because I was defending Sydney Sweeney, and some people thought in my Twitter post, for some reason I can't understand, that I was bashing her when I wasn't. I thought it was pretty obvious, and they start coming at me, and I'm like, dumbass. One, reading comprehension's a skill, but two, it's like I can't even with these people. What are the comments?
The poor left were destroying their colleges, media, their government jobs, and forcing them to finally pay their student loans. They have no leaders, only bad ideas. Of course.
This is left or right. This is not
great
left
ad. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans and a fantastic rack.
Everybody talks about Sydney Sweeney's boobs. That's why they have her in a low cut thing. She leans forward so you can see her boobs. This is all about showing off her assets. That's what the point was.
I didn't even know who she was until
I knew who she was.
I mean, I knew of her. Like, people are like something Sweeney, something Madam Web, something like that.
His eyes are already here, so that's why.
Yeah, you have a fantastic rack too.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go to Sydney Sweeney.
I don't need to. I got fantastic rack at home. Thanks. I feel traumatized too as a 78-year-old man. I fear I will never look in good as good in jeans as Sydney Sweeney. I should probably end my life now.
To be fair, most of us never look as good in jeans as Sydney Sweeney. Let's be honest here.
Oh, people are gonna probably her initials are SS. I'm waiting for that one too. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Her initials are SS. It's all there.
Oh
you
God.
Just didn't see it. Still amazing. People come from other countries to live here. Why? Because it's better than where they were, and then they complain about it.
Yeah.
They're saying she should go. No, that's not right. She's from Indian descent, but she lived in Allentown. They're trying to tell her that's we're
not doing that.
No,
but
no.
Guys, there's plenty of room to be insecure about yourself every day. I mean, you watch a TV show, you see people that are hotter than you every day. And all of us, right? Except for a select few, all of us. And, when it didn't work to make all the characters, actors, comic book, animation people ugly, so you felt better about yourself, and that didn't work and that made no money, they're trying to go back to like putting it like the way it was. And these people are just so mad about it because they have to see themselves in everything because they're so narcissistic that everything has to be about themselves. And look, you know what? There's lots of women in ads like Beyonce and stuff. If you don't like Sydney Sweeney ad, well, go look at the Beyonce one. She's got blonde hair too. Don't think it's real.
That's gonna be the next thing is all the AI. They're gonna just like tailor the ads just for you. Like, oh, you find this offensive? Okay, would you rather have a morbidly obese non-white woman? Okay,
yeah, that's just it. I mean, you could select it. It's funny because you mentioned that because you go on to like different clothing places, like Old Navy, and different places have it. Walmart does it. You can select the model. Just so you know, like if you're a woman and you're shopping for clothes and you want to see what it looks like on different sizes, you can select a model that's your size so that you can see how it possibly look on you so that you can see yourself in the clothes. And I'm not joking. They totally do it. And I think part of it's brilliant because, sometimes things might look better on than you thought or worse on than you thought. If you see a model similar to you, you can get a better idea. And so you aren't spending money on things that are going to look terrible. But it's also like, you You can see yourself, and if you see yourself, you might buy it. But people were just like, everything has to be about them. And who's to say American Eagle wasn't going to go do ads with different diverse people in it? You don't know that. You're just assuming.
You know, men feel insecure too. Like back in the day, they used to run all the Levi's ads, and all the guys had the, you know, the 6-packs. And now I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I don't have a 6-pack. I have a 5-pack. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to the store and somebody took one of the Pepsis out of the 6-pack. It's like, it's just not quite right. You know,
Sorry,
I'm never gonna have that.
I think you look great.
Never gonna have that 6-pack.
It's okay. You don't need it for me.
No, thank you. I used to be in pre. You did. See, you didn't. You met me. See, this is how I know she loves me.
She loves you for you.
Yes, this is how I know she loves me, because, like, I was already a fading flower when you met me. But that's okay, because you saw my inner beauty. But like, I was already like a rose on the gray.
You were a rose on the gray. Anyway,
I was. It was like, you know, because I was better looking when I was in my teens and early 20s, but you didn't meet me then. You met me when I was after years of working in an office job and dealing with the
I love you
stresses of
then.
life. I know.
I love smart
glasses.
I love funny. I love tall, dark haired guys. So, you know, here we are. But anyway,
they wanted me to be a male model, though. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah, that's that. There's some lore, and the kids are gonna be like, "What?" Yeah,
no, they know this, and it's funny because my kids look at pictures of us when we were younger. They said that you were you look like we look like either Gap models or Vidal. No, I was a L'Oreal model, and you look like a Gap model.
No, I was an extra on Dawson's Creek.
There you go.
That's what my son told me. He said, "Oh my God, you look like an extra from Dawson's Creek." I'm like, "Yeah, I probably could have been." No, I was supposed to be on the whole thing, the whole lore. I was supposed to be on The Real World and all that shit. So, yeah, but you met me after my hotness went away.
I did. I think you look fine. I love you the way you are. So anyway, we're gonna wrap. But that's nothing to do with Sydney Sweeney's jeans. Like, look, if you can rock the jeans, I don't care what size you are. Rock the jeans. You shouldn't let Sydney Sweeney, and I honestly don't think Sydney Sweeney would want people to feel bad about themselves, even though I think she has a sense of humor. She's like, you know, buckle up, buttercup, and get over it. But I don't think her intention was to make anybody feel bad about themselves.
Her intention was to make a quick buck. Yeah, she wanted to make money. She's a Republican. Republicans like money. Didn't you know? Did you get the memo? It's all about
all I know
baby.
Is the circus around this and how stupid it is. To normies seeing this, it's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. All you're doing is pushing people further the other way because they want to be as far away from this insanity. When you have to change your name of your article because you're blaming MAGA for an American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney in it, you look insane. And any normie looking at this is going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then you're doubling, tripling down on it and acting like, you know, someone kicked your puppy because there's a white girl in a commercial. And all they're going to do is they're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go over this way more. Because you guys are just insane.
So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking that Instagram influencer, like, I don't know her story. She's a teacher, right? But I'm saying, okay, you're Indian. So
was I.
Yeah, so were you. Indian descent, Allentown, PA. I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to wager you were probably pretty well off.
In a we're probably white community? Probably.
Yes, I'm willing to wager that, you know, like your family, business owners or doctors or something. I'm just saying. I'm thinking that she's like, she's putting it on. And the thing is, she looks fine. Like, she looks good. There's no reason she should feel, she would have felt insecure at 13. I guarantee you she probably didn't. But, you know, well, no, that's not true. I think all 13-year-olds are insecure about themselves in some way or another. And I think, you know, but there are girls, there's a difference between the girl that can fit in the American Eagle clothes and the girl that can't. Let's be honest here. Wouldn't it be ironic if, you know, she's all like, oh, the poor girl, whatever, if she was the bully and was like making fun of the kids for not being able to
I don't know if that's the case, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know.
I have seen people that I went to school with that were absolutely terrible. Try to, you know, pretend like they're turning over a new leaf. Like, I've always been sensitive about people and I always stood up for bullies. I'm like, bitch, you were the bully.
Yeah.
Like, you were horrible. I remember what you were like in school.
You know who stood up to bullies? Me.
Yeah.
I used to stand up to bullies all the time and then I get bullied harder.
That was pretty awful.
We would not. If we had met in high school, we wouldn't be here right now because he would have been a dick and I would have put him in his place. We would not have been here.
I got bullied when I was younger, and then by the time I got to junior high at high school, I just was like, I just had it with the. I was like 16 going on 63. Like, I just already had it by the time I was 16, 17 years old.
I was always too shy to speak to people because I was always like I'd break out in hives, or I was a really shy girl. People thought I was a snob, but I was really just shy and terrified to talk to anybody. But by my senior year, I was just over it, and I was just tired of shit. So if I saw people bullying other people, I didn't sit there. Let's just put it that way.
I never shut up.
Anyway. People probably wish we shut up now, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah. This is, of course, I was destined to do this shit. Anyway.
We're going to trauma dump on you guys.
Yeah, trauma dump, Anyway, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.